How's it going, boys? My name is Schlatt, and welcome back to the Weekly Slap. Welcome back to Inbox, the weekly Q&A show whose topic today is fairly ironic, given this show is not weekly. Let's talk about habits, baby. Hey, man, I've written before, but I feel like I have a topic better suited for a big audience than my previous questions. I have trouble keeping habits at all. Anything I try to keep up with falls short after a few days. I set reminders and then ignore them or push things off until it's too late. How do I make habits actually stick instead of just falling back into my old routines? Thanks, big guy. When it comes to habit building, you're either wanting to do something more or wanting to do it less. Really, that's it, right? It's either one or the other. You're on this hot streak of waking up early, and you really like how beautiful the sunrise is, so you want to keep doing it. Or you're eating like shit, and you want it to stop because you feel like shit, too. And there's different ways of tackling both of these. But before I get into the nitty-gritty of each and some strategies that might help you, a big idea first. And that big idea is that life is momentum-based. The whole fucking thing is a game of momentum, guys. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The beginning of anything is always the hardest part. Once you get the ball rolling, it gets easier and easier and easier until it becomes almost second nature, right? And so you need to approach this problem of building habits with a mindset that is strong enough to get you over that initial hump. For some, that's being hard on yourself. I started reading David Goggins' book, you know, the guy that's on like all the motivational TikToks. And I shit you not, the first thing he suggests you do is write mean Post-it notes and leave them for yourself to discover, like on your mirror, like in the bathroom on your mirror. He wants you to write like you're a fucking fat ass and put it on the mirror, so you have to like face it every morning. Now look, I'm kind of exaggerating here, right? I think the approach that Goggins takes is more of like you need to face your problems head on, like cut through the bullshit, cut the excuses, be honest, right? And there's certainly value in that, and I actually found his book quite good. But it was pretty clear to me that the tone here with the accountability mirror, as he called it, was like kind of like he wanted you to be very negative. At least that's what I took from it. And that just it didn't work for me, man. I didn't find myself motivated to do anything by the mean notes I was leaving myself. I just kind of felt a little sadder every morning. So I reached a conclusion that method is not for me, and that's fine. What I found that did work was being a little gentler, a little kinder, a little more patient. Think about it this way. You got to spend all day with yourself, with that voice in your head. You spend the most time with yourself. So why would you be fucking insufferable and mean to yourself all the time? Imagine if you were as hard on the people that you love and your best friends as you are on yourself. Seriously, they wouldn't fuck with you anymore, dude. And so, try not to put yourself in that position. You know, you need to treat yourself like you treat anyone else in your life that you care about. So that was step one for myself. I'm going to approach building this habit like I would if a close friend of mine or a loved one asked for my help doing the same. Picture in your head what you would say to that person if your job was to guide them on their habit-making journey. That's what I tried to do, and that's what I found the most success with. But again, if the Goggins method is what gets you going, if being kind to yourself, if by being kind to yourself you feel you get a little too complacent and stuck in your old ways, then by all means, try the fucking Post-its. The other big idea here is that we're all lazy as fuck. We want to make this process as easy as possible. And so when we want to start doing something more, we need to make it easy for ourselves to do it. And a really good thing you can do is called habit stacking, where you kind of latch a new habit onto an old one, onto a pre-existing one. So you pair them together, right? I'll give you an example. I already brush my teeth every night, okay? Right before I brush, now I'm going to start flossing. It's a tiny little thing, but I'm already brushing my teeth, so I might as well add a little thing. Or just fucking floss one tooth, you know? A tiny little thing that you add on to the original habit. Start small. And then soon enough, it'll become a thing that you do, and stack another thing onto it. Okay, now I'm going to take all my supplements and the medicine I got to take. And guys, it doesn't have to be only stacking boring shit on top of boring shit too. Listen to a new album every day while you're in the bathroom doing all of it. You know, the goal here is to build mini routines for yourself that are not enjoyable enough to make you want to do them, but to make you not want to do them, if that makes sense. That's the exact way I habit stacked into a nightly routine that I enjoy more and am healthier because of. I put on the Bluetooth speaker. I put on some music that I've been meaning to listen to. I close myself into the bathroom, start taking my pills. I start flossing my shit. I start brushing my shit. Then boom, I'm in the shower. And the final gift to myself at the end of this mini nightly routine I've made is a scalding hot towel out of this towel warmer thing I bought on Amazon. It is fucking amazing. You pop it in right before the shower. You do what you need to do in there. You jerk off. I don't know what you do in the shower. I tend to clean myself. You come out of the shower and this towel is scalding, bro. And you press it against your body and you feel like you are in heaven. I feel like I'm in a fucking spa every night when I dry myself off at the end of this routine. That's the gift I give myself for having done the rest of the shit. Stack things that make you feel good with things you don't really want to do, and you'll see how powerful it can be. You know, what I'm saying is lower the friction, minimize the barrier of entry to whatever you're trying to do. And conversely, when you want to stop doing something, you need to raise the friction, baby, because bad habits thrive on convenience. If they're not convenient for you to do, they lose their appeal at once. I have a bad habit of snacking after dinner. If I can't fall asleep, I get out of bed, I throw myself onto the couch, and then all of a sudden, you know, I'm watching TV, and I got a fucking bag of chips by my side, and I eat half the bag, sometimes all the bag. And you're never going to believe this, guys. The easiest way to make this not happen is to stop having chips in your house. It really is. Because then it's going to take 20 minutes to get something on DoorDash, and it's going to cost you $70 and an arm and a leg, and all of a sudden you're not as interested in eating anymore. Or put them somewhere inconvenient to get to. Like, are you really going to get out the step stool to get your fucking bag of Doritos at 11 p.m.? No, you're not. If you're trying to watch less TV, put the remote on a high shelf every time you're done watching it. Or just straight up fucking unplug the thing. It sounds dumb, but it works. You need to make as many tiny little fucking annoying chores that you have to do to scratch that itch. And suddenly, it's not as itchy. My favorite example of this ever is an app I've had on my phone for years now called OneSec. All it does, the whole point of the app, is it adds a timer to the apps you select, and you got to watch it count down before you're able to go into them. Every time I open TikTok now, I have to sit there for 1 minute as this slow-ass timer ticks down. And all of a sudden, I don't really care about using the fucking thing anymore. I am not bullshitting you. This app has saved me hundreds, maybe even thousands of hours from mindlessly just scrolling on my phone. And all it does is add a little bit of friction. It's all about friction. That's really it, you guys. I mean, those are my secrets. Heavily inspired by Atomic Habits, which is a book that no doubt will help you even more than this video will. Just sharing what I found to be the most helpful tools in my arsenal to not be a complete fuck up. Let me know in the comments what you found to work and what you struggled with. And also, I opened up the channel memberships recently for the Weekly Slap. So for people who want to have some meaningful discussions about this kind of stuff, you guys get comment section access early, all to yourselves for a day before everyone else. So hopefully, by the time you're seeing this, there's some good ideas flowing in the comment section. All right, that's it. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you again later.